What's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name is Chris, aka RebelPack92, and you are watching the Shared Screens podcast. Today, we got a full-ass cast with a huge-ass topic, because I'm very, very excited to talk to you guys about your experience attending the Game Awards. Yeah, they were there, you guys. We got Brother Grimbo, we got Billy the Door, we got Jordan Deeb. Alec Bobko is somewhere up in the sky. Sometimes I can still hear his voice. There he is. Oh my god.
He's in the cloud with my game saves and my nudes.
You can take those back.
He's like, I don't want him. I don't want him, bro.
Imagine if it rained everything that was saved in Jordan's cloud, just all over the country.
A lot of memes and a decent amount of dick pics.
I was about to say, you just get Jordan's nudes like immediately installed to your phone, like that U2 album from a while back.
Oh my god.
It just appears one day.
It drops whether you want it or not.
Yeah, I feel like my nudes are basically the U2 album of nudes. Like, only some people want them.
Are most people going to be upset about
that was a
it?
point in time too, because not only did they just give us like this shitty album that you couldn't say no to, it was a huge hassle to get it off of your phone. Like they made it like impossible to delete it. You just had it there, like just whether you wanted it or not.
There you go. Problem solved.
There you go. Problem solved. Yeah.
I'm actually considering like jumping to Pixel for my next upgrade.
They're so good.
I keep thinking about it, and then I think about the reality of having to like be the one to
be the green text.
That. Yeah, like it's. I know that it is the product of capitalism, and that's bad.
It's just,
but at the same time, it's damn effective.
It's more Apple though.
No, it is more Apple, but Apple is incentivized to do that because it like reinforces their ecosystem.
Yeah. So you got to bully your friends to switch to Android, is what you have to do.
Yeah, but my friends won't.
I
will not.
I was talking about this with someone recently where I feel like it's easier to jump from Android to Apple than it is the reverse, because the Apple ecosystem is just so good that I think once you're in there, you're kind of like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah, it's just more user friendly to where it's like if you've got friends that aren't like super like into the weeds and into tech and messing around with things and that sort of thing, like Apple's just friendlier to casuals. Like,
and if you're really into tech and you have Apple, you just find a way. Like that's how I got a GBA on my phone. You just find a way on how to do it.
Life finds a way.
I want Jeff Goldblum in a Pokemon movie. Oh, Jeff Goldblum should play Professor Oak in a Pokemon movie.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
But I don't want an American Pokemon movie, like an American set. Like I haven't seen Detective Pikachu. As soon as I said that,
Pikachu's great. I've been thinking about rewatching.
Detective Pikachu is generally really good. I was just thinking about it like yesterday.
I was in a conversation
it's surprisingly good
about like good video game movies because I'm a big video game fan. I'm a big movie fan. I've missed a lot of the good video game movies.
There aren't a lot.
Good.
There's Detective Pikachu and like
Sonic movies.
Good enough, like serviceable, like inoffensive. You know,
Sonic 2 is actually really good. Like
that's what I've heard.
Really good homage.
Sonic 2 brings the hype,
which was surprising.
I'm all about the hype. That's what I liked. The Power Rangers 2017, 2016.
Yes,
that movie was awesome.
That was awesome,
dude. I could do a whole media club on that movie, and I don't know if it's still going on. But I have a Blu-ray of that movie coming in the mail because Best Buy and Amazon had the Blu-rays for like $6. That sale might still be going on. That movie's on no streaming services and costs like $3 to rent. I know because I did it like 2 months ago.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the movies that HBO like forcibly removed from Max?
I don't think it was ever on there because it's Lionsgate.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, you are watching the Shared Screens podcast, the show where we come together, we just talk about whatever the hell we want. If this is your first time watching this, what's up? I'm so glad you're here. We got Billy the Door as a guest today. Can you imagine this being your very first one and getting one of our best friends right here? That's amazing. We love you. Be sure to drop a little subscribe. Hit that belly bell. I got nothing else. I was trying to go somewhere and I completely lost the thread. Subscribe, you dorks, or don't. I don't care. No, please.
We were just talking about video game movies, and
so I was trying to transition. I was like, the next good video game movie, Mario, I want to see in IMAX, much like the experience that we had seeing
that's
the
also
Game
a good
Awards
in IMAX. I'm trying not to cough.
Which, let's back up a second.
Okay.
Okay, because we were talking. So we here at Shared Screens, we did a Discord watch party, which ended up being Alec and I and Chance. He jumped in at the very end to see Elden Ring get Game of the Year. And
rants about Armored Core.
Oh god, yeah, he was so excited about Armored Core. He was very excited about Armored Core. But Jordan and I were playing Pokemon like a couple days before the Game Awards, and he just mentioned, he's like, yeah, I was like, are you going to be in there for the watch party? He goes, no, Bo and Billy and I are going to watch it. And I went, you guys are going to the Game Awards? He goes, no, we're going to go see it in IMAX because we're all near each other. I went, oh, okay, cool. And they talked about that for a minute, and he goes, yeah, we're planning on dressing up. And I took a beat, and I was like, as who? And then he goes, no. No, like dressing up nice. I went, oh, I thought you're fucking cosplaying.
I mean, it's an award show.
Showing of the Game Awards.
Next year, I think we should go as like Jeff Keighley and Kojima, and if somebody, if the third one of us wants to be Animal from the Muppets,
I was about to say somebody needs to be Millennia and somebody needs to be Animal.
I can be Animal.
I was going to say that seems like a very different kind of cosplay.
Drums. Kojima.
But yeah, no. So I kind of wanted to get a group of KFBFs to do this when I found out it was in IMAX, because like I've moved and like no one I know around here yet is like super into gaming. So like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the Game Awards, but I want to do something. And originally I was thinking, okay, there must be a good amount of kind of funny best friends around New York, and so I was pitching IMAXs there, but I didn't really get a bite. But I'm only like an hour from Bo, and I was like, hey yo, let's do this. And then Billy's also kind of within that general vicinity, and so we all showed up, and I had a lot of fun. Because like on top of just getting to meet you guys, which was fantastic and all that, the vibe in this theater was immaculate simply because there was maybe 6 other people besides us. There was the 2 in front of us, the 2 next to us, and then I think 2 people behind us. And everybody knew, like, this isn't a movie, like, whatever. Like, some dude was on his Switch. We were talking. We were getting up and, like, cheering and, like, being obnoxious. And, like, that was part of the fun. So, personally, like, that's why I loved it. It was just a very different vibe. But, like, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah, I mean, hearing everything, like, being able to see trailers on the big screen and very loud was one thing. But then being in the room, like, it was only, like, 6 other people. But the promise of 8 people next time, I don't know, like something crazy, but just having someone in the room pop off for something that like maybe I don't even care about what's on screen right now, but like having another person, like, and also just knowing that I'm in a theater full of a bunch of people that are passionate about games to the point where they're willing to go to an IMAX theater for something that they can stream at home for free. Like,
yes,
yeah,
like we got drinks at the Regal bar. I love movie theater popcorn more than like most other snacks on this planet. So like,
oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, like I usually make snacks or something for the Game Awards. You get your butter flavored
oil, So
I like
slap that on there.
I don't care about any of the. I don't know. Like post-COVID, a lot of things seem different. So like a giant trough of popcorn that someone scoops out, and like that should turn me off as a germaphobe type person. Like
the butter is so hot it kills the germs.
Exactly.
I don't say it's in the big thing. That
like,
they pop it in, COVID can't live in that. It can't survive in
like,
that thing.
Popcorn goes inside out, so
I go all the way to like people were stabbed with that, like pre-penicillin, pre any kind of like antibacterial. People were stabbed and then lived through that. Like I can eat popcorn in a movie theater. Like I don't give a shit. I guess that more goes into me loving movie theaters, but like the IMAX experience and obviously meeting these two. 10 out of 10. I recommend it to any nerd that has the capability and around the Game Awards time. If they show like a re-recording, I don't know if it'd be worth it, but live it's dope.
Oh, this is absolutely something I'm going to try to do for the Game Awards. I'm not going to say like every year, but like I would at least look into it every year. I'm like, oh, what are my Game Award plans for this year and whatnot? Because like, I feel like it also forces me to pay attention in some ways where like there definitely was like a part in the middle where like I probably would have just went around my house and like done other stuff if I was, but then I probably could have gotten distracted all the way. So like this is definitely something that like it makes the experience so much more immersive.
Yep. So, yeah, you're there, you're in it.
Yeah.
So I was.
We had.
There's one point where they showed another trailer for Destiny 2 Lightfall, and I remember telling Chris, "I wonder how it is to be Jordan right now between Bo and Billy."
He was literally between us two.
I was like, they're absolutely popping off, and he's sitting here like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Because that trailer was
great.
fucking awesome.
It
And
was.
anytime there was something that like I didn't care for, that's when I was catching up on the Twitter memes and showing Bo and Billy.
Mhm.
We had a good system.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, maybe I should just fly out to you guys next year.
dude,
Honestly.
fucking do it.
No,
My
I
sister
really
doesn't
hope
live
they
too-
do it
My
again
sister
next
doesn't live
year.
too far. I could just stay there. I have a place to stay.
The thing that scares me a little bit is that there was someone outside the theater with a laptop, and as we approached, she was like, "Are you here for the Game Awards? Cool." And like she was checking people in. And like Jordan said, there were only like what,
6
including
people,
us,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
including us, less than 10
Yeah.
people. So
Her role really confused me because she didn't go into the theater, but she also didn't look like she worked at Regal
I think she's like,
for the Game Awards.
if not the Game Awards, like one of those IMAX, like whenever they do special events like the opera or whatever the fuck,
Like
like
a
I'm sure that they have
representative.
someone that works
The Fathom events, I believe they
yeah,
call them.
like a Fathom representative. Like she
Just
gave
to
that
say, like,
vibe.
and probably is keeping count of how many people are there and stuff.
Yeah, because you're right. Initially, I thought that she was also going to enter the theater. I thought that she was just one of those like, I am going to appoint myself as captain of the theater now, and if you need any question, like, come to me. Not that I've seen those
For
types
sure,
like
like a Fathom person. Then
yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Which-
see a random gamer taking charge. And,
No, I really hope that they do it
just
next year.
showing up and be like, I'm running this now.
yeah, like I know that you accept all of your tickets digitally, so you know how many people are here. But like just in case, I wrote this down in an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to give to your manager after the show.
Yeah. You know, I
that's
hope that
fine.
like other IMAX theaters in the country had more people than ours, just because I don't want this to be something that they stop. Especially because like
No, it's
Jeff
my
works.
understanding, like just parents are involved with IMAX in some sort of way.
Okay,
That checks
then-
out.
I believe they're like some
think
kind
it's-
of like executive within the IMAX company.
I knew he was a
how
nepo
this deal
baby,
was
but
set
I
up,
didn't know
yeah.
exactly how.
Is that who we met? Did we meet Mama Keely?
No, maybe like his
sister, maybe.
yeah.
Mama
His
Keely
niece,
was at the theater.
sibling.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Tall Keely was great though. I mean, just like I said, being able to see everything on the big screen, like it, and that's just going to see the Game Awards in IMAX helped me justify my purchase for Avatar 2 tickets this weekend. I don't like the first Avatar, but I like the movie
experience
theater
of being there,
experience.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna enjoy the however long it is, like probably
is
3.5
3
hours.
hours.
Oh,
3 hours,
I was trying to exaggerate.
3 hours
God
and
damn
No,
it.
12
it's genuinely
minutes.
3 hours. Yeah, 3
God
hours 12 minutes.
Damn it. Okay, well, popcorn.
But I mean that is kind of what Avatar is, though, right? It's like it's a movie you go experience and then never think about again. Like
It's a 3 hour long
And then-
3D.
yeah,
If you're seeing it, just was
Amusement
announced
park ride.
today. If you're seeing it in IMAX, you get a special trailer for Oppenheimer.
now that might
Yeah,
be worth.
they just tweeted it.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
might
Like,
be
my friend and
worth-
I, because
Nolan.
of my friend's work schedule, we couldn't see it in IMAX. So that's why I told him, it's like, hey, we might eventually just need to go see this in IMAX just to see this trailer.
Yeah, man, Nolan movies in IMAX are something else.
Yeah.
Like,
That,
that's what they're made for. I didn't see Tenet in theaters, but I did see what was Nolan's previous movie before that? The World War One.
Stellar? Oh, 1911.
Dunkirk.
No.
Dunkirk,
1917?
yeah.
Dunkirk.
Oh.
I saw Dunkirk in IMAX, and it was fucking amazing.
I saw Dark Knight Rises in IMAX, and that scene where Bane drops the plane or whatever, the shot of like looking directly down gave me legitimate, like I'm afraid of heights. So I was freaking out in my chair. Yeah. It was awful.
But yeah, it's cool that's almost a way to almost experience like the Game Awards and sort of have that like pseudo feeling of being there and being amongst people that are
It's almost like
that
going
are,
to
that are
a-
also there for the same thing.
It's almost like going to a watch party with strangers, or like going to a sports bar to watch the game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
almost
it's
not collaborative's not the right word, but there's like a sort of community there.
Collective.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Which is really, really cool. Now I'm assuming maybe we might see more of these IMAX for considering the sort of security breakdown that the Game Awards had at the end of the show.
Oh, jeez.
He walked on stage so smoothly that I really thought that he was like another interpreter.
we
or he
were
was
we were
just
talking
Ferris's
about him
kid.
because I saw him walk in and then
I
Chance
didn't
Alec
blink
and
twice
I
at him.
Chance, Alec, and I, because there's a point where you see him like in the behind everybody, literally just looking around like this.
Mhm.
And I heard Chance go, "I was like, who is this kid?" And we were like, "I don't know." I was
Whose
like,
child is he?
Maybe it's one of the devs' kids or something. Like if I had a kid, I'd bring him with me. Like that'd be really cool. And then it just turned out to be some dude.
For those who don't
He just
know,
walked on.
So, for those who somehow don't, like, if you're listening to this podcast and you also don't know what we're talking about, welcome to Shared Screens. We love you. But basically, some kid at the end of the Game Awards, Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. Yay! Miyazaki gives his speech. Yay! This kid takes the mic and goes, "Yeah, I want to say, thank you, and I also want to nominate my." Correct me if I'm wrong.
Award. I feel like he meant to say dedicate, but he said nominate.
He said nominate. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Which I heard and looked at you and went, that's definitely not what he said. Like that sentence makes
right.
sense.
I was looking
no
at my
way
phone.
He said that. How could he possibly say that?
And heard Rabbi Bill Clinton
no,
and looked up and was like, "That's not right." Like,
yeah, we all sat there. We were stunned. We all sat there on our watch party. We were like, "What did he say?" Like, what?
And even Jeff had a reaction like, I guess that happened. And it was like, well, I guess that did happen.
And then we walk out of the theater and I'm like, hold on, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. And when I walk out of the bathroom, I have my phone in my hand and I go, Bill Clinton is trending on Twitter. Like within a period of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I immediately saw it trending and a bunch of people were like,
God.
They do the thing where they screen cap like trending now, like Bill Clinton, and they're like, not for the reasons you think.
To be fair, in like the last 6 years, this might be one of the better reasons Bill Clinton has been a trending topic on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure he checked
I
his
wonder if
phone.
he knows. Like if
I really hope so.
If someone in his PR team was like, hey, you're trending. Like we got to look into. Oh, okay.
I really want like his PR team to be like, oh my god, we did it, and they're like, how? I don't know.
Somebody
what did we
told
do?
Him, like he was trending, and then they looked into it. I want the conversation where somebody has to explain to him not only what happened, but like what the Game Awards are.
And then what Elden Ring is, because I know that like trying to explain George R.R. Martin's involvement with that game would be at least like 15, 20 minutes of that conversation.
I know it's easy. Mm-hmm. He wrote all of the hints on the ground. That was Martin. That was George. That was George's.
I almost jumped at it too. I almost went for it. It's like I knew that you were baiting, and I was like,
no. He wrote all the Elden Ring below. Jump down. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's all Martin.
I love Elden Ring. I love the Elden Ring community, but the Elden Ring community is just thousands of people that are all saying, "Did you know that the yell in Lord of the Rings was real because he actually broke his toe?" Like it's all that. But then every like 100th video, someone has something legitimately insightful to say, and you go, "Oh my god, you're Nicolas Cage from fucking National Treasure." Like you've decoded amazing things. But
there always is some. It's like I'll never fail to laugh to where I'll see two of those hints, like one here, one here. This one will be like treasure ahead, and then this one will be like liar ahead. Yep. It'll be like fuck you. Like, god damn it.
They meant for you to walk the other direction.
I was like, god damn it. Yeah, it's wild that I think this Game Awards was probably like the best so far, just in terms of like as a show. The pacing of it was great. There's an actual like decent amount of time spent on the awards, which is really, really nice, which is a criticism that I've had of the past couple of years. We still got some really, really big and really nice announcements in there. And I always love when they do musical performances, especially. And so like getting Hosier's like Blood on the Snow, which is, oh my God, fuck me. And the Game of the Year medley. But at the same time, you also still... Oh yeah, and Halsey doing that song from Diablo. That was a shock. I had no idea she was going to be there.
Even the pre-show was great. Too.
Respectfully.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
We show up and like we sit down and before the pre-show, there's a demo of Dead Space remake going. I'm like, okay, they're just playing this as filler before the pre-show. And then we go and get drinks. And we come back, and that thing is still... And, like, during the drinks, I was like, damn, like, pre-show... the guy like took a little bit to make it. So I was like, it looks like we're like 5-10 minutes late for the pre-show already. Damn, I'm worried. Walk in, Dead Space still fucking going. And basically, then at some point switched to Forspoken. And when I say it's like they are playing the game for like 20 minutes. There's no developer commentary. There is no like narration as to what's going on, and like it is just raw gameplay footage. It is like Forspoken long play, no commentary on YouTube. Like,
yeah, it wasn't even like curated. It was like someone was putting up a benchmark video and like displaying like, hey, here's what you can pull off with this, and it's just the most mundane looking gameplay. And that might be a slight at the game. I have no idea, but it more seemed like a slight to the production.
The demo was really good. I like that.
And so they don't show the pre-show for some reason. And that was a bit of a disappointment because the thing
so you didn't get to see the Street Fighter 6 trailer, which is very upsetting that was in the pre-show, by the way. I'm still very, very mad that they
yeah, and the Game Awards
before the actual Game Awards.
The Game Awards put some pretty big stuff in their pre-show with smaller awards.
Which I really wish they wouldn't do that.
Same. Now to Jeff's credit, Jeff, like Chris, you were saying, this is the best game show we got. I think Jeff is trying to improve it each and every year.
Yes.
You know, he tweeted out like, hey, what are your guys' like opinions on the Game Awards? And I do genuinely believe he's looking through those tweet replies and finding legitimate criticisms and improving the show, because he's done that over the years. And I was like, I went to see it in IMAX and I was a little disappointed to see that like we didn't get the pre-show.
Yeah, that's wild, because it's like I don't mind that they do like additional trailers and like awards and stuff in the pre-show, because you can't fit all of that in like 2 hours. Like there's too much for what it is, and I think just having the big categories in the main show is fine. But
and I also
think stuff like again, like smaller trailers or gameplay demos, pre-show that makes sense to me. But genuinely, I just have an issue with like, hey, when there's like an announcement in the pre-show, that's when I kind of have some issues. So like getting like the pre-order trailer and release date for Street Fighter 6 in the pre-show of the Game Awards sucks, because I almost didn't see it.
Granted, that was the one like right before it started.
No, still.
But man, starting it off with Dead Cells cross Castlevania, like
very cool.
That was awesome. And then the
Hellboy. Wasn't Hellboy also in the pre-show?
Yeah.
It's something I saw on a tweet and was like, huh.
Which looks
I wish I was
dope.
thinking this instead of scaring things.
I think that's what clued us in. We saw the Jordan or Bo saw the tweet for Hellboy, and we were like, still watching Dead Space. Like we're not getting the pre-show. Something's not right here. Sorry, Alex.
About to be the craziest crossover ever. I don't think we're watching the right thing.
Yeah, which also Dead Cells Castlevania looks rad. But
they said there was like 50 Castlevania tracks in that DLC.
That's hot.
Fucking love Castlevania. That's to kind of like circle back around though, I do think just that it's wild that what I think is probably the best Game Awards just from a production and like pacing standpoint. It's again, everything looked really nice. We had lots of like time for the awards, lots of time for the announcements, and nothing felt like it was like really dragging on too long. I thought it was a very well paced show. It's wild that it's probably the best one, and at the same time, you also still have the hiccups of like the kid at the end of the Elden Ring, and you have the Chris Judge going for like 9 minutes. And I think my favorite thing about that is you can tell that Jeff Keighley was upset about it, because he made like 4 jokes about it.
Yeah,
it was bothering him.
The music that came in was so loud, but Christopher Judge has such a commanding voice that it sounded like he was like. It was like music playing for him.
To him.
It started just feeling hype, but they took a minute letting that music play.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is that he was speaking kind of slowly. And then 2, I think they were like, listen, this is Christopher Judge getting the best performance for this. And like, we don't know when the next God of War is, so there is a potential that this is him saying goodbye to this role. So like, let's give him this moment. But then I think Gabe Newell was like back there being like, you got to speed up this fucking show. How many Steam Decks do you think
I've already given away 20 decks. We gotta go. And
Al Pacino.
Why was Al Pacino there?
Al Pacino.
Why was he there?
So the thing with Al Pacino was it took a minute for him to get why he was there because the teleprompter was far away and he had to like admit that, whatever.
Yeah.
Once he started on what he had to be saying, I was like, I get it. They're trying to be like, these are just as real actors, and who better to prove that than like the realest actor of them all, Mr. Al Pacino. But it sounds like, Bo, I think you said it to me in the car afterwards, where you're like, it almost plays off like a meme, where who shows up but fucking Al Pacino, like first thing.
Like if you're gonna try to make a play for the legitimization of games as an art form and as a medium, don't bring someone like, or if you are gonna bring a prominent like movie actor, bring someone that knows what the fuck a video game is. Like Al Pacino looked like he was being held hostage.
It feels like one of those weird holdouts from like the mid to early 2000s to where people wanted to legitimize video games as an art, as a platform, like so badly that they were using like prominent people from other mediums to come in and sort of like give it a sign off, right? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
like,
yeah, I endorse this, and we don't need that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, video games is bigger than all of this other stuff now. We can use our own people to show that this is a big deal.
Or again, if you do want to get an actor that knows what a video game is.
Or like was in a video game. I mean, in this same Game Awards show, they showed a fucking game with like Michael Rooker and fucking Chuck Norris and like all these other people. Like it just gets literally. Willem Dafoe's been in like 4 video games. Like
bring back Michelle Rodriguez, who I feel like I'll have to apologize to because when she when she said Tekken, everyone was like, "That's not how you pronounce Tekken," but like it was, I guess.
They also it's upset that I'm still upset that people yelled at her for that when the fucking announcer of the game says it when you boot it up in the early ones where it goes Tekken. That's like the OG.
Yeah.
She's
I was
an
a Street
OG.
Fighter kid. I was just ignorant and wanted to have fun yelling at Michelle Rodriguez. Yelling at celebrities is okay. It's all okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite jokes from the 2012 The Muppets movie. But there's a point where they kidnap Jack Black, and they show it to Kermit. It's like, hey, we got a host for our show, and Kermit's like, what? You kidnapped him? And they go, no. And we finally got a celebrity. We brought him here. It's like, yeah, but you kidnapped him. You can't kidnap people. And they go, Mr. the Frog, I think we have all collectively agreed that a celebrity is not a people.
Mr. the Frog.
Jack Black, though.
That's great.
Also, if you haven't seen the Jason Segel The Muppets movie, it's fucking awesome. Please go see it. It's really good. There's no reason to have not seen it.
There were a few actors there. Like, we got Idris Elba in Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. We got Keegan-Michael Key out there advertising the Mario movie with some really bad, like, crowd work about Toad's head. That you could tell he was just like, I'm getting paid to say this, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's a script.
Yeah.
It's a script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, Daniel Craig wasn't there, but his presence was there for a minute.
I feel like he would have rocked it in person.
Daniel Craig, and also Star Wars Lord and Savior Ryan Johnson.
Thank you,
Ryan Johnson, for saving Star Wars.
Sorry. I love Ryan Johnson. I love The Last Jedi. Just one of my friends. Once he said that in a group chat, we were just like talking about The Last Jedi randomly. My friend was like, "What? You mean that shill movie by Ruin Johnson?" We're like, "Oh, he wasn't being serious for the record. I don't associate with those."
Ruin Johnson is my favorite nickname to come out of the Fandom Menace.
It's so funny. Did you say the Fandom Menace?
Yeah, Fandom Menace. Yeah, it's what we call the super shitty Star Wars fans.
Chef's kiss.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah, Ruin Johnson's fucking incredible.
Like, there has to be something said about, like, the most annoying people can sometimes say the funniest shit, like, unintentionally. Like, and I don't want to get... People are bad. Like, there are certain people who are, like, legitimately bad. Donald Trump is a bad person that said certain, like, 2-sentence bits completely out of context.
Yeah.
Attached and, like, distorted a little bit. Like, some of the funniest shit ever. Like, the whole Obama soda thing had me dying for a week, and it shouldn't have. It was 5 seconds of audio, and it made me laugh so much harder than it should have. Just,
no, I get that.
Obama, and for some reason my lizard brain goes, "That's the greatest thing you've ever heard."
Like,
that's
funny.
So funny. Yeah. It's like, yeah, what was he talking about? I don't know, something probably horrible. Let's not think about it. Funny audio distortion.
That was at the very beginning.
Was it?
Remember?
I'm saying I will hear someone put Trump into a meme, and I'll go, "Oh, haha," and then I'll try to think critically about it and go, it's in the past. Let's just
let's like move on.
Until that bridge comes across me again, I'm not gonna. I fucked up that analogy.
But yeah, like the first
10 bridges minutes, are attacking me.
The first 10 minutes had like really bad audio feedback that they like it took a few seconds too long to cut out.
That's so funny. I assumed that it was like because people do the audio distortion for comedic effect. I assumed that they were doing that intentionally. They being someone editing the video later. Just there's a video of
No. I'm talking about when we watched it live.
I genuinely do not remember any audio issues.
I thought we were still talking about Obama soda.
No.
Okay. Yeah, at the beginning of the Game Awards, there was some feedback. But that might have also...
I don't know if that was in our theater or not.
That might have just been our theater.
Yeah.
I don't know. I miss Maria Menounos.
Of course.
Instead of
we didn't get her, we didn't get pre-show, we got no commentary gameplay of Dead Space for 15 minutes, and then
I bet if we went to an AMC IMAX, they would have given us Nicole Kidman.
Why didn't they bring out Nicole Kidman at the Game Awards? She has so much like social clout now.
Yeah,
you can present the next year's award for.
She's also been in like a ton of nerd shit. Like she'd fit in perfectly.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
The only thing coming off of my mind is I think she was an Aquaman, but like I know there's been other stuff.
Yeah,
she played his mom.
Yeah. She was Mama. She was Mrs. Aquaman.
Interesting.
Chloe Grace Moretz is probably. I'm calling it now. Chloe Grace Moretz is probably going to show up next year. Yeah, because if she's actually going to start streaming,
I think she's already announced it.
Yeah, so like.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and she's one of the most likable actors that I can think of right now. So
I feel like is an easy choice too. Just being a big nerd himself.
No offense to Chloe Grace Moretz, but I feel like she's more available,
attainable. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's Superman. He's Superman again for some dumb fucking reason.
Because he's not The Witcher anymore.
Yeah, he also might not be Superman anymore. We don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what DC's doing, dude.
I want to ask The Rock what his plan for the DCEU is, because based off of these recent fraud claims,
playing everything.
Like
Black Adam is the best character and the number one character, and beats up Superman probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. The DCEU is just Black Adam now.
Yeah,
Black Adam cinematic universe.
One of my friends saw Black Adam, knew it was bad, and then was like, "You should see Black Adam. Like you would like it." And I'm like, why? And she's like, because it's really dumb, and at the end he fights the devil. And I'm like, I'm in. And I enjoyed my time. Like it was my first time at an Alamo House. Cool. Justice. I'm a Dr. Fate fan. Not a huge fan of this for as many times I went.
I was excited to see Dr. Fate in the movie. At least
he did the shit that he did in Injustice. Like, I'm happy that Dr. Fate was on the big screen, that I got to see all the onks on screen and just pretty colors and flashing lights.
Doing cool things.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan too. That's very surprising.
Yeah, I thought that was great casting.
Yeah, I was just say that's perfect for that role. I also played him in Injustice. He was really fucking cool in that game. Yeah,
he was really good. I got my first PSN hate message from a fighting game because of Dr. Fate, because he's a zoner. And I was doing my job, zoning out the enemy with projectiles and making sure they can't get in. And then they messaged me and just like, play like a man. And I'm like, no.
People hate zoners too.
And there are so many tools to get around them in fighting games. Like
it's one of the first get good moments I think like fighting game people get into is just learning to deal with projectiles and zoner characters. Like that's one of the first times where you're just gonna hit a wall and get mad and then have to learn how to get around it.
Yeah, my biggest introduction to Dr. Fate is in Young Justice.
Is he in Young Justice?
Yeah. He has his helmet plays like a major role in the first season.
Apparently
the first season.
Young Justice.
Yeah, I thought I watched Young Justice. Maybe I was
in Young Justice. Wally, spoiler for a 10-year-old show. Wally takes his helmet as a souvenir at one point, and one time he has to put it on, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we're not letting you take it off. But then Kent convinces I forget the being inside the helmet, Naboo, to be like, listen, this kid doesn't even believe in magic anyway, like there's someone better for it. And then in the episode where they separate the kids and the adults into separate universes, Dr. Fate and not Dr. Fate, Zatara and Zatanna both have to put on the helmets in the alternate universes to do the spell, and then he wants to keep Zatanna's body, but Zatara asks for to spare his daughters, and then for like the rest of the series, like Zatara is stuck in Dr. Fate's helmet, but Naboo lets him take the helmet off like once a year for like 10 minutes to see his daughter.
That's really cool.
I wish I had watched that show. What the fuck? That's really cool.
I need to get back around watching that.
Listen, Young Justice fucks. Shut up, Siri. Like I have preached the good word of Young Justice for many years. Young Justice fucks. First season, great. Second season, great. Third season has growing pains because it changed to networks and was coming back from cancellation at the same time. Fourth season, them growing pains were worth it, my guys. Like, highly recommend that you guys watch Young Justice if you haven't already.
I just have so many to quote Bettine from Community. TV is just really good right now.
Start with just watch season 1, because I think season 4 might be better, but I think season 1 is more impressive with how they just you think you're watching filler, and then like the last 2 minutes of the episode are like, oh no, this isn't filler, and the last 3 episodes wrap everything up so well.
I both love and hate that, not only in like TV but in games. Because in Xenoblade, I was trying to, after a while, I'm like, okay, let's wrap this shit up. Like, let's get to the end. And I think I knew, okay, if I do this one side quest, then I'll be at level to get back on the main quest, and then we can keep going there. Did the side quest, just a random, this is the closest one to me, I'm not going to think anything of it. The description doesn't entice me at all. I do 2 steps of the side quest, and then one of the side characters goes, hey, this is actually really important to me. And then now it's a main character quest that I can't leave, and then it ends up giving me incredible rewards at the end of it for this character, and I'm like, okay, so they have this for every character from what I understand in the main cast, and they won't tell me when which quests these are until I'm a few steps into them. Fuck this, I'm not doing any of them. I gave up. Anytime it becomes a hey, surprise, this is actually really necessary, I'm like, I don't tell me if it's necessary.
It doesn't work in a this is really necessary way, but it's more like none of the episodes are truly filler, is I guess the best way to describe it.
Okay, because it sounded like there was actual filler, and then at the end of the filler it's just I don't know. What's another
you spend the episode thinking you're watching filler, and then at the end,
surprise,
it shows to you it's not.
Plot.
Yeah.
Almost like She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I still haven't seen She-Hulk yet.
Better.
Good.
Christopher.
Moment to moment, She-Hulk is good. I'll say that.
Billy's yelling at me. I stopped watching the Disney Plus Marvel shows halfway through Moon Knight, and I just couldn't get into it after that. I just can't be bothered.
I've enjoyed my time with all of the shows,
which is such because I love the character of She-Hulk. I've got a bunch of the She-Hulk comics, and I probably will because it's the first finally I feel like one of the first Disney Plus series that have figured out that it's hey, this is a TV show. Let's make a TV show out of it. Yeah. Despite really enjoying Loki and Hawkeye, but I don't know. I never thought I would actually hit Marvel fatigue, but I think I have. I still haven't seen Wakanda Forever. Right now, I don't know if I'm going to see it in theaters at this point.
Right now is a good lull because we're basically free till end of February.
Mm-hmm.
What comes out of February?
Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah.
Oh, and that I'm excited about that.
Yeah. It looks good. Maybe I'll be more excited when it gets closer, but right now I just kind of don't give a shit.
Yeah,
it's valid.
And maybe it's also because the Spider-Verse trailer came out today too, and I'm just Spider-Man. But
but March is Star Wars
She-Hulk's worth it.
March is Star Wars month, dude. in March, you've got Mandalorian, the finale of Bad Batch, the Jedi Survivor book and game release. It's Star Wars all month.
I need to sip the blue milk. I need to just become a Star Wars person. I was talking earlier. I love me some lore. I know that Star Wars has like the lore, so
Dude, you want to?
I don't know what's stopping me.
I gotta
I
make
got
sure I don't
the
show all of my trash. But I mean, you want to talk about? Yep, there's all my Red Bulls. Yeah, you want to talk about lore? Look at all these. These are all books. This whole thing and some dice.
My-
But like, this is lore, baby.
My college roommate used to watch Star Wars Explained, like just while we're studying or playing video games. More likely
I do not
playing video
recommend Star
games.
Wars Explained.
Oh well, I was fascinated by.
I'm just saying, Explained became one of the fandom menace people.
Oh no. Okay. Well.
Yeah. But
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars version of finding out your favorite celebrities, like an alt-right person.
Is conservative, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, you know, it's a lot. There's just this weird thing where a bunch of the like just the worst Star Wars fans, you know, like started like retweeting shit from like Geeks and Gamers and the Quartering and people like that, and you're just like, oh, good, okay, all right, you know, that's really really awesome. So, but yeah, I mean, just in terms of like story, like even within the new canon, of course, because when Disney purchased Star Wars, they took all of the old expanded universe stuff. They're like, hey, we're nuking it, we're starting from scratch, we're building a new expanded universe here, and it's been long enough now that there's a lot of meat on those bones in terms of the new canon, and some. I actually think the new expanded universe is better than the old one. The old one got ridiculous in a lot of like not so great ways. This one definitely feels a little more consistent, especially once you start getting into, if you still like want the sort of like super weird and mystical Jedi stuff, like the new like High Republic stuff is great for that.
There's the new game is going to be that.
No,
Is there a new? No.
No.
I thought there was some like
there's a David Cage game that's going to be taking place during the High Republic, which I refuse to play because David Cage is involved with it. Apparently he came out and said that he's writing it, and I was like, cool, yeah, I'm definitely not playing that game then. That said, they've also like not been able to get people hired to make the game, so whether it actually comes out or not,
can't imagine why. I wonder why David Cage can't hire anybody to work at the studio.
So strange. I wonder if it's because of a certain lawsuit or two.
That isn't the consequences of my own actions.
What? No. Well.
Aw, shucks.
As one Billy the Door likes to say. And speaking of Billy the Door, thank you so much for being here today, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having
coming in. I'm so glad you guys got to go attend the Game Awards together, and we got to talk about that. Super super cool. I'm always super jealous when other people get to meet up like IRL and do things. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. What a cool experience. I really hope they do like IMAX Game Awards again.
Mm-hmm. This was my first time getting to meet KFBFs in person, and it was wonderful. I couldn't have asked for a better first. Take that as you will.
You always remember your first, man.
And one of the shared screens.
We only talked about the Game Awards. You don't know what happened after the Game Awards.
You don't.
What happens after the Game Awards stays after the Game Awards. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching the Shared Screens podcast. If you haven't already, we've told you like 4 times in this episode. Fucking subscribe. Hit that little belly. You like hanging out with us? We do this all the time. There's more of them. We just did a Across the Spider-Verse trailer that you can go watch right now. We got a bunch of like Jedi Survivor stuff that was announced at the Game Awards on our show. This is the Waypoint. We make stuff. If you like stuff, watch our stuff. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you again very, very soon.